If you or anyone around you are affected by the subjects of today's podcast, you can reach out to get help, advice, or support from our charity partners, Women's Aid, at womensaid.org.uk, or the Yorkshire-based organisation IDAS at idas.org.uk. You can also find these links and reach out to us directly via our website takebackthebeat.co.uk or email us at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com.
Take back the beat. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello. Welcome back to Take Back the Beat. Voice notes.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Good.
There was two tired voices
There was,
doing
yeah.
that one then, weren't there?
Very tired voices.
So this week it is just me and Farah, your lovely co-hosts, who have been with you since day one, listeners. Hope you're all well, doing well. It's June. What the hell?
It's June, which makes the podcast 4 months old. Aww.
4 months and a million coffees later.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who follow us on socials, you'll know that the start to world domination is very much on the go.
It is. But dominating the world is harder than they say.
They make it look easy.
Yeah.
It's not.
So we've decided to be open and honest about world domination. Instead of just showing you the end product and all the good things, we're going to be like, no, this is hard.
Yeah, that's what this week's episode is kind of talking to you guys about, what kind of happens behind the scenes and about us and our mental health. But before we get onto that, Farah, question on everybody's lips. How is your mental health on a scale of 1 to a whole jar of Biscoff? 12 deep.
Yeah, no, I think I'm changing it from Biscoff to coffee. I think we should now be sponsored by
all the coffee.
Costa. Costa Coffee. If you're listening, anyone who works at Costa Coffee, that's what I need. I need a good espresso right now. I'm currently in Dorset. You
are not in the north.
I'm not in the north.
Enough.
Yeah, so I'm good. It's a lot to take on with the tour and everything, but in the best way. Again, I'm being seriously honest with you. I love everything about this, and I think it's one of the most incredible things that we've ever done, and I'm enjoying it fully. But I think, like you said, there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't see or know, and it's just it's a full-time job on top of our full-time jobs.
Yeah, we were just saying this, most people set up this sort of stuff once they're kind of settled in life, or if they are stay-at-home kind of workers, all this sort of stuff, and we're not. But we've kind of gone balls deep ahead, excuse the phrase, that we are, and there's just not enough hours in the day, is there?
No, I think that's what it is. I think if we had, obviously, eventually we'll have more people and more money.
More money, more problems.
Oh my God, don't say that. We need more money and less problems, please.
Yes, please.
That's a new phrase. More money, less problems.
Yes, please.
So yeah, it's taking off, and I know for a fact these are the things that we'll look back at and be like, oh my God, when it was just a baby. And we have. Nat and I are very, very out there when it comes to anything like this. We're very much on the same level in the sense where we went, I don't want to paddle, put me in the fucking deep end with the great whites and I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Throw me in. I ain't paddling. I'm not going up to my knees. We just basically have done exactly what we said we were going to do. And for that, I am proud of us. Is it making me go grey? Possibly.
Yes.
Will I need a facelift in 6 months? Probably.
But right now we're fine.
But right now, I'm cool.
Yeah, I feel that.
How are you on a scale of 1 to a whole tub of Biscoff?
Well, okay, so I have discovered this bakery in North London.
Oh.
Called Dunn's Bakery, for those North London among us. It's quite famous. It's been around for like literally 100 years. Probably even more than that. Anyway, they do Biscoff donuts. I've had one every other day. That's where I'm at.
Yes. Why have you not sent me pictures? I'm a little bit upset about that.
Because they, you know, like those scenes in like American rom-coms where it's like a girl crying over her coffee and cake and just shoveling the cake right in her mouth, and it's like, that's me.
Like crying in public. Are we there? Okay.
Yeah, like any North London people, if you've seen a red-headed girl just crying in the street covered in Biscoff, it's probably me. Yeah, I mean, massive shout out to Dunn's Bakery. I sent them loads of abuse on social media because I bought one of their cakes and it was this like cream slice thing, and I was like, when I was doing a cake a day for my birthday, and I was like, I've never been to this bakery. I'll get a cream slice. Like, oh my god, it was insane.
Oh,
like it took me like an hour to eat because it was so thick and like sickly, but in the best way possible. Like, so I ate a little bit of it, and then I was like, I'll have a little bit more, and then oh no wait, okay, I'll have a little bit more.
Can you stop right now because I'm salivating?
Oh mate, I literally like sent them a message on Instagram and was just like, please don't be near me because I can't afford you, and B, I've got to fit into some clothes.
Also, like, I'm now a diabetic. Thank you.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And bless it, they like messaged me back, being like, this is amazing. Like, we're so sorry. And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, oh, have you tried this cake yet? I was like, no, go away, stop it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. No, I think I just said to you, I've kind of had a bit of a like thing this past couple of weeks. I don't know whether it's because in the news there's been a few like deaths of young actors and musicians, and it's kind of affected me a lot more than I thought it would because, obviously I have health anxiety and stuff, and I kind of need to keep reminding myself to enjoy the journey. And I know that sounds so wanky, but it is true. Like, so okay, full disclosure, guys, we opened in Manchester this week and with Push Baby, and it was amazing. Like, it was incredible. We had one particular friend that got a freaking mega bus up from London to watch our first night.
Love that support.
Massive shout out
Love
to Leanne.
you.
We literally, I saw her and was just like, nah, she has, like, you told me she was coming. I was like, okay, yeah, as if someone's gonna get a mega bus up from London to Manchester, and on her own as well.
On her own, yeah.
God, it was lovely. And so we kind of opened that, and I can't remember where I'm going with the story because I'm so fucking tired.
You just said, like, full disclosure, we opened in Manchester.
We did open in Manchester. That is a fact.
Oh, bless you.
I'm so tired, and my eyes are so square from open. I will remember what I was going to say, but just mental health. Oh, that was what I was going to say. Right, she's back in the room.
Back in
her room. I just said this to you. So I was performing my set with my incredible band, and we'd had absolute banter all day on the drive up. We discovered Snapchat, and I was born in 1990, so I probably am not allowed to be on Snapchat.
No, we're too old,
I found it.
Yeah.
Far too old to be on that, but it's freaking hilarious. Honestly, the filters are brilliant. Like, there's one that makes you cry, there's one that looks like you're in a duvet, having the time of my life.
So is this the thing that, sorry to interrupt you, but is the crying one?
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to find it on TikTok, and then
it's on Snapchat.
Oh, so people are filming from that and then uploading to TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, you little sneakers.
Honestly, it's so funny. But so we had a bit of stress in Manchester, and then we got on stage, and it was kind of like my last song, and I was like, oh,
it's done.
Oh fuck, I forgot to enjoy it. And I kind of then, the next few days were an absolute blur because I was really lucky that I got invited by my publisher to a music conference, which was incredible, and again, it went by in a blur. And then the next thing I know, I was in a hotel room and just had a massive panic attack and was like, where have I been the past couple of days? Like, I need to stop this. I need to enjoy each moment as it happens and stop getting so stressed about stuff, because who gives a shit? Like,
we're doing something for the good of everything, and the good, we're survivors. It's helping us. And like I said the same to you. I kind of, there were moments where I was like, oh, I'm on stage and I'm singing my songs, and you know, I had to take that in for a minute.
Yeah.
But I wish I'd enjoyed it more than I had. But I think the build up was very much just like on it with everything, and ticket sales and promo, and we definitely need like a tour manager. So anybody out there,
anyone out there, maybe some interns that are interested.
But these are things again that we knew that if we wanted to do it, we gotta fucking step up and do it ourselves. Like obviously, Simon, absolute shout out to Simon and to Mike.
Mike, absolutely. We've had
but we're trying
support.
to like we're trying to do all these huge things. We need like a team of 20 to be doing what we've been doing, and there's 4 of us. So we have gone full throttle, and like you said, I think from this tour as well, we will take a lot away from it, and
absolutely
we know now what to do for the next one, because we ain't gonna stop.
Oh god, this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning, and we keep saying world domination because it's happening.
Absolutely. And like I said to you, I'm pretty, I mean, I don't know the facts, someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like the first year of Glastonbury wasn't like sold out in a heartbeat, and the first year of like Sink the Pink and all this sort of stuff. So it's just building, and we're gonna get there eventually. So I'm trying, although I'm on a donut a day, a donut every other day.
A donut a day keeps the doctor away, isn't that what they say?
A donut a day keeps Nat Gray's credit score away. That's what's happening right now.
I was waiting for you to finish it. I was like, "What? How's she gonna end that?"
Literally, like my credit card at the moment is just like Dunn's Bakery, Gale's Bakery, and I'm like, "Oh, you need some help."
You should call your bank and be like, "I don't know what these transactions are. Some fucking greedy bitch is literally
with a sugar addict.
Yeah, he's going to a bakery every
not
day.
Me. I promise. I just eat salad. It's not me. Imagine.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, another kind of thing we want to come on and talk to you about is obviously there's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and a lot, not just in our world, but in the world. And we haven't really just come on and had a little natter about things. And one thing I wanted to talk about was I had a little trigger yesterday.
Okay.
And I haven't actually spoken to you about this.
No.
So after my episode came out, I didn't share it on my own personal socials for a while because, not because I was ashamed or anything, I was just scared. Mm-hmm. And there's people on my Facebook that will know what I'm talking about, and I kind of just didn't want it yet. Like, I was scared. And just full disclosure,
I haven't shared mine yet on my Facebook, so I'm with you.
Yeah. It's a really big, daunting thing to do, and I've got a bit of a following on Instagram, and I kind of was just a bit like, oh, I'm not ready for this, which is so crazy because the podcast is literally worldwide. People can hear it from anywhere.
That's so true.
But it does just feel like I'm talking to you, like my friend.
Yeah.
So I shared it on my Facebook, and again, there was kind of this thing of like, is anyone going to believe me? And in my inbox up popped 2 names that I knew from that time in my life. And I instantly like shat myself and was just like, oh God, here it goes. And it took me a good half an hour to open like my Facebook inbox. I was like, oh God, what is this message going to be? And it was nothing but love. Like, it was literally just like 2 very lovely messages from 2 people. One of them's just come out of an abusive relationship.
Okay.
So she was like, I'm so sorry that I never saw this, and da-da-da. And the other one was a bit more like, if you need anything, and like, very lovely. Anyway, I ended up going on one of their podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, literally it's been years since we've spoken, and we were really close friends, but I very much in my head believed she hated me because that's what I was made to believe. And we had this lovely chat, and actually was like, God, she was such a lovely human and such a big part of my like teenage years, and we got along so well, and it was really nice to jump on and actually just have a catch up. And then we kind of finished her podcast, which was incredible. She's amazing. And then had a little chat and a little catch up, and obviously addressed the situation.
Yeah.
And I was fine. we had a lovely chat, and we said, let's go for coffee. Like, it'd be so nice to actually just, like, she's had a baby and got married, like, since I've seen her. So I was like, oh my God. And then said goodbye, put my phone down. I was like, oh, that was lovely. Went downstairs to get a tea, and just this wave of like sick just came over me, and I was like, fuck, okay, oh my God, wow, that just happened, oh my God, oh, fuck, I can't do this, I can't, I instantly was like, I want to take my podcast down, I want to take my episode down, oh my God, I feel sick.
Oh, babe.
And it was so weird, because when I spoke to this person, one of the first things she said to me was, at no point during listening to the podcast did she go, you're lying. She was like, I didn't know, and I was shocked, but at the same time, wasn't my business. I didn't know what happened, but I did not believe you. And she's like, I just want you to know that. And she's also like, you said on the podcast that about you thought everyone hated you, and I just want you to know, like, I thought of you as one of my closest friends.
Oh.
And I was like, and I don't know, maybe that was it. Maybe it was the whole kind of, like,
that's the psychological damage that happens.
Yeah.
Is that for a long time I was the same. I assumed that anyone that I spoke to after in that area who knew him hated me. And it's not the case at all. But that's what we are conditioned to believe in that situation.
Absolutely.
Because somehow you're painted out to be whatever, whatever they say, because or they make you believe that nobody likes you, because that's the whole point. You're not going to leave somebody, no matter what they do or say, if they convince you that everyone else hates you because they're all you've got. And that's so that's what that is. That's what's triggered you, because you've gone, oh shit, yeah.
And it was kind of that, my brain going straight back to that 16-year-old kid who was so scared and so not know who I was, not know who I had in my life. And I do hate that when I kind of moved to London, I did kind of cut ties with anyone. Because in my head, I was like, well, you all fucking hate me anyway. Like, that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And I want a fresh start, and da-da-da. And actually, like, I literally was just on this, like, Zoom with this girl, and I was like, you're so lovely. And I remember loving hanging out with you and being with you.
You
and
suddenly remembered all the good times.
Yeah. And I was like, actually, and it just, I like I said, I just had a little cup of tea, I had to sit down. And obviously I was like, I've got loads to do for Take Back the Beat and blah, blah, blah. So I was focused, but I just had this kind of moment of going, whoa. And it was like this wave of sick and terror that was like, this is really gross, sorry for anyone who's like eating, but like, when you pop a spot and that first moment of like, oh my God, that was a really bad decision, it's gonna scar that, okay, it's gone, yay. That was the emotional roller coaster.
That was amazing. My face is beaming. Like, yes, I'm so happy you used that as an example.
Do you know what? I was talking to this girl who I did the podcast with. She was like, oh, so sum up your podcast. And I was like, yeah, we deal with heavy subjects, but we are still just like two best mates that kind of rip each other a lot and have a lot of banter. And we like to, as much as this is a very serious topic we're dealing with, it doesn't define us. And I would hate anyone to walk away from hearing our podcasts feeling sadder than they are, or in that moment, or bringing their mood down. So my spot analogy is for all you guys. But yeah, so that was a bit of a weird one last night. I'm glad I did it. And me and this girl are going to go for coffee soon. Yay. And it just really made me go, that's almost a little bit of me healed. Yeah. And I did tell you this bit. She's also, so obviously we spoke in my episode about, I did a ballet photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
With the pictures. Yeah, that I'm not allowed to have around. I literally showed it to Aiden. He was just like, I don't want to see that. He was absolutely not.
I didn't want to. When I put that video together, I struggled.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to do this as quick as possible, because I just wanted to give you a hug.
It's weird, because I look at that picture and like, sadistically, I laugh, because I'm like, that's not me.
No.
Like, that girl ain't me. Yeah. And yeah, so, but this amazing human said to me, she was like, have you still got your point shoes? I was like, I've still got those point shoes. Like, they're in the back of a wardrobe. I've still got those exact pair. And she was like, how would you feel about doing a new shoot we'll cover them in paint, we'll reclaim the shoes.
Yes, I do know this, but it's incredible.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
And like she said to me, like, it's a bit of like me giving it back to you. And I was like, I got really emotional. I was just like, wow, yeah, okay, this thing happened so many years ago, and yet it is healing.
Yeah.
Wounds that I kind of didn't really address or think. Like, again, full disclosure, when you opened up to me the first ever time, many moons ago in Germany.
German memories.
And then later on in the Isle of Man / Wight. Which one was it?
Listen, I still get them mixed up, and I'm so sorry to the people of Isle of Man and Isle of Wight. I hope there's no tension there because we can't remember the difference. I know they're both beautiful places.
I think it was Isle of Man we went to. Do you know what it is? It's because we've gigged in both.
Yeah.
And
I was in one of them a few weeks ago, and I went and I had my ticket, and I still don't know where it was.
Still don't know. I think it was Isle of Man we did this gig at.
Okay.
And that was kind of the real time we opened up and like had a cry and a wine.
No, I drank a lot of wine.
You drank a lot of wine. Not as much as just a massive shout out to a friend of ours, Emily Clark.
Oh, Emily.
not as much. Anyway, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Brilliant. But like I remember you telling me what you'd been through, and me kind of sat there being like, oh, I've been through something similar, but nowhere near as like graphic or as extreme as you. And not fit. No, I don't know how to say this without sounding patronising, but kind of feeling like, oh, bless you. Yeah, I know that's really hard to go through. Like I'm completely healed and I'm completely fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I can help because I'm healed.
Yeah.
And now actually going, you fucking idiot. No, no.
You will have been. The thing is, you'll have been healed to an extent.
Yeah.
And that's how
as we have to be.
You know.
Yeah.
That's how it was for me. Like 2 years after, I was like, I'm great, I'm fine. But then actually, when lockdown came, I was like, I'm worse than I was then. How has this happened? Because I had to I had to deal with it. I didn't have a choice. I was sat with my own thoughts and my own flashbacks and my own memories, and I had to deal with everything that had happened. And my moment of like healing and closure was not only writing the EP, because that did help me a lot, and also talking about it more, because I never used to talk about it. Like it would take a bottle of wine, which I don't recommend anyone out there. Like I don't recommend doing that.
No, it's not a healthy
because it comes from
it
comes from a place of pure pain. Then, because it's kind of like you've brought it out of you because you know you're drunk. But to just sit down with a coffee with somebody who you love and talk about it, or just a voice note like we were doing, and that's what started to help me, those voice notes, because I know it sounds stupid, but it weren't sat face to face with you, it wasn't it wasn't over Zoom, it wasn't FaceTime, so I just pressed record and went, and even though I knew you were going to listen to it, it didn't feel
real.
No, so it was like a form of therapy again, because I could just get it out and then press send and it was gone, and there's not a lot you can do about it at that point. That really helped. But the real thing that got me, and this is why I'm saying it, because you remember the girl who came to the show, who I used to know when I was with him, similar situation to what you've just been saying, and I thought she hated me. Yeah. Her and her sister. And when I shared it on Facebook for the first time and had like a meltdown, because the minute I pressed post, I was like, there it is. It's out there. Everyone knows what I'm doing. Everyone knows what it's for. They were the first two people to share it. And I saw it and I was like, well, at first I saw the names pop up and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go.
It's starting already.
Yeah. And they shared it and literally with love hearts and everything, and then was like, and put something like wouldn't miss it for the world, and I was like, oh my days.
She was amazing at the event as well.
She turned up and I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, obviously I'm not going to say her name, but I didn't realise that she'd been through it with the other person that I knew who was friends with him. And I was like, Jesus. That's crazy. I genuinely thought you hated me and that everyone hated me. And she came to this event, and her sister and her were just, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own arse, but this is genuinely what they said. And, you know, for her, it was one of the first things, because she'd actually had to move away.
Fuck.
And she said, I don't talk about it. And she said that was one of the first things that she came to that had anything to do with anything that she'd been through. She said, so I came through these doors knowing full well that I would be fully triggered. She was shaking like a leaf. She said it took all I had to get through that door. She said, and I've left here, and watching you up there has made me feel like I'm Beyonce and like I can do anything. And I remember this. I just cried, and I was like, people need to stop saying this to me. Like, I was
This was like pre doing shots with your mum.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember, like, we'd literally just got off stage.
Oh, Pamela.
Oh, we love Pam.
We love Pam.
We literally just got off stage, and I remember this woman coming up to us, and you were like, that's the girl I was telling you about. And I was like, oh, God. And then just this love that was coming off of her, and I just saw you, and I was like, this is...
It was, so much, And her sister was like, I don't think you realise what you've done for her, And then, so that's that, obviously, incredible night, amazing. It really helped me getting up there and just doing what I needed to do. And that seriously did close it. Like, I mean, things will still trigger me in the future, but it made me want to do, like, what we're doing now. It made me it just made me want to help everyone. And I was like, if I can get to a place now where I thought I would never be, I want to prove to other people who think they can't go on. Like, if I could tell me 5 years ago, you're going to be okay, everything's going to be fine. Like, just to have that for somebody who knows that there's a lie and that they can regain power and they can heal and carry on with and build an incredible life. That in itself, and she came a few weeks later. I saw on Facebook a post. Bearing in mind, she wouldn't talk about it, anything like that. So she's come to this event that we did, and then a few weeks later, she was doing a sponsored walk for Women's Aid, and she'd put it all over Facebook, and she was like, "I'm doing this sponsored walk as a survivor." Like raising money for Women's Aid, and did a whole thing of it and posted every day about it. And I was like, oh my God. And that's why I'm like, that in itself, we've helped one person. I know we're helping more than that, but those are the things that I remember when we get to these points of like, what is sleep?
What are we doing?
Like yesterday, I'd been awake for 28 hours by the time I'd got to where I am now for rehearsals. And it's like, it's times like that, and like you've had 4 days of it full. We've been blocked from Gmail for sending too many emails. Like, that's where we're at. Everyone's listening. That's where we're at. We haven't been hacked. It is. It's Take Back the Beat. But those are the things that I remember. And
100%.
Like I said, I just remember that, you know, because I was a girl. I was a broken human, and I just remember her, and I just think, right, do it for her.
Do you know what? It's really lovely, like you saying that. Like, I had that kind of moment when we did Manchester. One of my songs called "Wait for Me," I wrote last year, and I've literally wrote it during a panic attack, because the story I tell before I sing the song, it's very much a song that was never meant to be heard. It was never meant to be signed and on freaking Spotify, but here we are. And it was literally, like, even when my band were trying to learn it, they were like, this song makes no sense. And I was like, that's kind of their point. Like, there's no structure to it, because it was literally written in a panic attack. And I wrote it about not feeling good enough, but at the same time thanking the world and my partner for waiting for me. Because, like, the lyrics are like, I hope I'll find some peace when a stranger knows my name. And it's kind of like, because we've always been trying to find validation, find the next thing that's going to make us happy, and I'm like, I just hope I fucking find that when I say, like, oh, what I want is I want to be world famous and touring the world, and I hope I'm fucking happy when that happens. And also kind of tongue-in-cheek, because actually all I want is what's happening right now in my life, which is I have an incredible family and an incredible friendships and a partner who loves me despite of anything I put him through and all the crazy moments I have. And that's kind of what this song is about. And if I could go back and tell myself, like, a couple years ago,
it will happen,
that I was going to be loved for me and not scared to open my mouth, not scared to question anything. Like, friends, Aiden's on tour. Like, total disclosure here, Aiden's on tour, so it's like hard on like me as a girlfriend at home to be like, oh, you're off out on a night out, and of course, like, I wanted to have fun and stuff, and like, not at all like that. But you do have to go, like, there's part of me goes, oh, can I ask this question? Can I ask what time he'll be home without him like yelling at me? And of course I can, because it's Aiden.
Yeah, because Aiden isn't going to go, oh, for fuck's sake, why are you asking that? Like, I'll be home when I'm home, which is what we're used to getting.
Exactly.
But he isn't them.
Yeah. And it's if I could tell myself like 5-6 years ago that I'll have someone that I can text and be like, oh, dickhead, you haven't messaged me back, are you alive? And he'll go like, yeah, sorry, I'm at McDonald's, everything's fine. Like, and little things like that. And I wish I could tell myself that it does happen, and you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to be, because I kind of got to this point in my life about 6 years ago, definitely not that long ago, about 5, maybe 4, where I went, do you know what? I like who I am. I like that I'm a bit weird. I like my style of music, even though the industry keeps telling me to fit into a different box. I like synth pop.
Create your own box.
I like who I am. I like the fact I'm outspoken and I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I like that about me. I also like the fact I will stick up for anybody, and I will put my nose out to defend someone. That's just who I am. Yeah. But I got to the point of going, I accept me, and I accept that means I'll be alone. Yeah. And I know that's so stupid. I remember having this conversation with you and being like...
Yeah, I'm saying because I know what you say,
Yeah, I'm all right on my own because I like who I am, and I know that that's not a likable thing, which is such a fucking head fuck. And I wish I could go back to that girl who was lonely and go, you will find, people will love you. And I'm not even talking about love, I'm talking about, like, us as friends, like, even having that, because we're so
opposite in senses, but still the same person in a weird way. And I know you love and accept me, and I love and accept you, and there's nothing I'd change about you.
Yeah, and that's so nice that, for instance, how many times we go, babe, I'm so fucking sorry, I've not done this, and the other one's like, shut up, why are you apologising?
We spent 20 minutes before this podcast explaining why we've both been so busy, because that's what we do. But I also know that, like, I also know that we say those things. But I know you work hard, and you know I work hard, and you know, and we both know we make the best team, but we still feel the need to be validate. Like, I've done this, we've done this, and I was going to do it, but I've did it. Like, we need to chill the fuck out.
It's the people pleasing that we've kind of, and I don't know if it's from these experiences of going, do you know what, I need to
maybe
to get an easier life, I'm just going to do everything myself, and I'm just going to agree, and I'm just going to not say anything. And I do that with a lot of friendships, and I have lost friendships in the past year because I've gone, nah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Same. We both have, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
We've talked
very similar situations. Yeah. It's so weird because I think even when me and you first became friends, we kind of had this discussion together of going, the company we were currently working for at the time, like, we were people pleasing and running ourselves ragged so not to get in trouble. And even I do it now when, like, I message people and go, I'm really, really sorry, but is this okay? And then if they don't reply instantly, I freak out. And that's because, and to be totally honest here, in my old situation, if I was 10 minutes late, if I didn't answer my phone in time, or if I said the wrong thing, oh my gosh, it was like the end of the world.
Yeah.
And, like, I would be screamed at, I would be abused, I would be yelled at, I would feel like absolute shit. So now and, like, even, like, Aiden gets annoyed at me because he'll be like, hey babe, like, I've just got home from the show, I want to just chill for 10 minutes, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, anything. And he's like, no, but if it's not okay, if you've got to be up early in the morning, like, I'll FaceTime you now before I have my sandwich. And I'm like, no, anything. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, yeah, actually, I'd prefer. And he's like, cool.
Yeah.
And I have to go, yeah, actually, like,
yeah,
that's a normal human reaction.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And, like, even, obviously, because he's on tour, we tend to, like, we tried to get into the rhythm of, like, FaceTiming every night. It's what got us through when he was in South Korea. And that's kind of, obviously, that doesn't happen all the time. Like, for instance, when we opened at Manchester, I didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning, and he is doing a show. And he's currently on quite a lot at the moment. So we didn't get to. And I was like, oh, babe, like, do you want me to FaceTime you anyway? And he was like, no, I'm going to sleep. Like, I'm really proud of you. Love you loads. And like, I haven't told you this. I got home yesterday and there was he'd sent me flowers to say I'm so proud of you. And I was just like, yeah, nah, you need to shut up those voices in your head that are old news.
Yeah. But you, and I know you don't mind me saying this, and I'm not saying at any point that you were a pushover at any point. But I've never done that to you. So you used to tell me all the time on gigs and stuff. You'd be like, oh, I've got and someone said this to me, and I just and I would see it and be like, babe, like, you're amazing. Like, please don't let those people speak to you like that. And
I did.
And then you just did. And I remember getting a voice note, and it was a certain situation that happened with a certain someone that you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I remember getting
I love the codes.
Yeah. Because you remember Pam messaged you, my mum.
Oh, Pam.
That message
don't get on the wrong side of
is
Pam,
going to go down in history.
I've still got it on my phone.
She is so offended by anyone who like would dare say anything to you, or obviously me, but she is there. She's ready. Like, Pam's a warrior. She's at the front, ready to go. Like, and what? Like, what are you saying about my daughters? Like,
guys, you need to picture Pam. Like, she's literally like 5 foot.
My mum's like 5'3".
She's the tiniest little woman, and she's so glam and gorgeous. And then the things that she says when someone's upset, like me or you, I just fucking love her.
Yeah, the thing is, like, my mum's an absolute queen. Like, she's if you go to a house, she's a feeder, obviously. Like, anything she will do for you, that woman. Like, she's a legend. I am blessed to have parents like I have. I know that. They've been sent from God. Yeah. But if you get on the wrong side of our Pam,
oh, babe,
she will ruin you. Like,
it's the same with my parents. We're very similar with this.
Yeah. And my mum sent Nat a voice note from my phone. Took it from my hands after she heard the voice note that Nat had sent. A very upset one, but also that was the moment. And I'm saying this, I'm relaying this because it is the exact moment I remember thinking, oh yeah, she's had it. She has got to that point where she's like, I am done with people fucking walking all over me. And I could hear it in your voice, and so could my mum, clearly. And I just knew from then on, and I was like, okay, we're there. And that is very true, and I am so proud of you for that. You shouldn't have had to go through that, because that wasn't very nice, what happened. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm not telling you, listeners,
but
viewers,
it's a thing that we
but
don't
it is
need to discuss.
it's something that obviously I just remember happening to her, and it was somebody who wasn't very nice to her at all, but she stepped up and stuck up for herself in a way that I've never seen before.
And do you know what, I think it was just talking of that incident, I was really triggered by it, because it was a male figure being very aggressive towards me. And I've, like, in the past, I just cowered and I would cry. And
just
this time I just went... and
you didn't, Yeah,
and this time I went, fuck you. Like, I was done.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember voice noting you and, like, shaking and being like, I'm just sick of this or that. And being like, I've never felt this anger before. Yeah. Like, usually it has been like oh, you deserve this. And actually this time I just went, I am done. And it kind of since then is kind of when I have just been a bit like... cool, do you know what, if you don't like me, cool, you don't like me, and I'm all right with that, and if you believe whatever you want, and it's a really liberating thing. But 10 years ago I would never thought that that's where I'd be. I
was the same. I used to worry so much about what people would think about me.
Absolutely.
And what's the point? What is the point?
We're all gonna die anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck it. Who gives a shit?
That's an extreme, but yeah, sure.
But it is like
we're all going to die.
We're all gonna die. But no, it's that whole thing of like, I do believe no one's gonna write on your gravestone, oh my god, she had an incredible body. No one's gonna, like, it's just that's not the case. No. And I would like to make my mark on this world, and I would like to help other people. Yeah. And kind of the way we've helped each other. And like you said, even when that one person came up to us at your gig, that kind of went to me, this is fucking worth it. Yeah. Because if one person, like, we don't talk about it on here a lot because we keep everything anonymous, like we said, but we get messages a lot from people that we know and that we don't know, saying that they heard something in particular and went, wow, that helped me. And it's so lovely to hear. Like, it really honestly is.
Yeah.
And we're tired. We are poor, but
Woohoo!
we're not going anywhere.
No.
This is here to stay, guys.
This is here. It really is. And this is not it's not the last tour. It's one of many.
Absolutely not.
And it's going to grow, and we're going to help as many people as we possibly can.
Absolutely. And on that note, this is going to come out on Thursday, and the next day will be London O'Meara. So if you guys are in London, please do come down, and you can buy a ticket on the door, but don't wait because there are limited availability. Yes. And we also will be taking donations on the night. So if you want to donate to Women's Aid while you're there, you can. You don't have to. It's a safe space. There's going to be no videos or photography of the crowd.
Nope.
It's just going to be fun.
It is. Yeah. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a night to remember, and there are people there who can help, and information on places you can go, and everybody there is in support of every single survivor in that room and everywhere else. So
and
please,
you also you don't
come.
have to be a survivor to come down. You can just be someone who supports it, supports the cause, and supports good freaking music.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much. We love you all, and we'll see you at London O'Meara.
We don't need a win of the week because that's it. The win of the week is we're performing.
Us.
We're performing on Friday at O'Meara. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we fuck it up. What?
Okay, I'm going to go have a mini breakdown now.
Okay, me too. Bye, everyone.
Love
Peace
you,
out.
bye.
Love you. Bye. We do apologise if anyone was triggered by any of the dialogue we used today. We are still learning, and we are only just beginning to talk about our own experiences. We're aware that trigger warnings are completely different for everybody, so please bear with us. We love you all. We also want to hear your experiences. If there's anything you'd like to share with us, any stories, anything you are happy to discuss on this podcast, you can stay anonymous if you would like. Please send us an email at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media at Take Back the Beat. Thanks, guys. We love you all.